What's going on YouTube? Moto here, and today's video really doesn't have a topic. Mostly it's 64 degrees right now in Maryland. It was 70 degrees yesterday and it's just feeling good. Earlier this week it was snowing, so it just feels good to be able to get back out on the bike. I'm also testing out some new gloves that I recently got from Revzilla. I got these Shift Recon gloves. I actually got them for free because I bought my exhaust from Revzilla and I had the Zilla cash left over to get these for free. So, testing these out on the ride today. But other than that, we really don't have a topic for this video. Just chilling, cruising around. Honestly, it feels good to get back on the bike. I haven't been able to ride in about a week due to basically it's snowing, it's raining. Just normal winter weather in Maryland. It's just not fun. So yeah, I don't really have a topic for this video. I'm pretty much just riding around. That's basically the hardest thing for me, I would say, every time I go out and ride the bike, is that when I hop on the bike, unless I have something specific to talk about, I normally don't have a topic, and I just come out and ride and then hope something goes well, and it never really ever does, so I don't put out videos from most of my rides. So I guess that does lead me to a topic that I was thinking about a little bit, is that motovlogging really isn't as easy as it seems when you think about it. Now, I'm no way in shape and form going to bitch about how hard it is to be a motovlogger in this video, or that I want to stop motovlogging or anything like that, because I don't want to stop, and it's honestly not that hard if you just take your time with it. But there's a lot of things that come with motovlogging that I didn't realize when I first got into it. And the first thing, like, basically is that honestly it's harder than you think it is to come up with topics, especially ones that people want to watch and will engage with your videos on. I mean, I've been on YouTube for a year, technically. I wouldn't say really it's been a year, because my first video came out in November of 2018, and then I ended up not posting again until I think August of 2019. So it was quite some time. And mainly the reason why I didn't really post in that time was, one, because it was winter, so I really didn't have time to go out and ride. And two, it was just really hard to come up with topics, because you don't really think about it, but going out and just motovlogging your ride, when you're a bigger channel like Wall Terrific, or like Chase on Two Wheels, or Do It With Dan, or someone like that, going out and just vlogging your ride is perfectly fine for a video, because I mean, you've earned those fans and they'll just watch whatever you put out, whether it be good or bad, because they have that recognition of your channel. So they'll watch it anyway, because they'll just be like, I like this motovlogger, he puts out good content, and I'm just going to continue to watch what he puts out. And as a smaller YouTuber, you really don't have that right away. It's like, I put out a few videos. I think I put out 20 videos so far, and some of my favorite videos are the videos that got no views, basically. It's like, I think my highest viewed video is the video of me actually getting this bike right here. I think it's like 3K views right now, and it's been like 3 months since I put it out. But I put out videos that have been out for longer than that, that I enjoyed more, and I thought they were better quality than this one. But since they were about nothing in particular, it's like no one watched them. And I get it. Like I said, the hardest thing about motovlogging to me is basically coming up with a topic for every video. Like, now I don't do YouTube for the money or the recognition. I mean, it would be nice to make money off of YouTube. I'd be lying if I say I didn't want to. It'd be nice to get some recognition on YouTube, but it's like, it's a very hard thing to do. It's like, like I said before, my best video was me buying this bike, and I mean, that's a tried and true formula. If you buy a bike, people are going to watch it because they want to either get that bike, or they just like the process of buying bikes. And I wish I could buy a bike every single day just to grow the channel, but I can't. So it's like, hopping on this bike, I do a lot of videos about this bike in particular, or some like beginner tips on how to ride a motorcycle or how to buy motorcycles. But it's like, those videos, they don't come to you every single day. It's like, there are finite topics that you can talk about, and overall it's just like, I've hit that point currently where I just don't have any of those to talk about, so it gets harder to get on the bike and just come out here and make videos. I guess I should stop thinking like that though entirely, because I really do make these videos more so for my friends to watch, and now my subscribers, that I hope you guys enjoy the content and you guys watch it and like it. But it's just something that you don't think about when you start motovlogging, is that you think that you're just going to get behind the camera and just make videos. I was already in 5th gear, DRZ. But anyway, yeah, you think you're just going to get behind the camera and just start making videos, but it really becomes harder than that when you start to realize that people aren't watching the videos you put out because they're about nothing in particular. Another thing that I really didn't think about when it came to motovlogging is exactly how much time it takes to actually make a video for YouTube. Now, I mean, everyone knows probably that editing the video takes the most time, because you got to cut everything together and actually put it in a way that actually makes sense for the video when it comes out. There's a lot of motorcycles out and I'm loving it today. But another thing that no one really ever thinks, oh, I know where I am now. Another thing that no one really thinks about is that how much time actually goes into making, come on now. But another thing that most people don't think about is actually how much time it takes to make the video while you're out riding. Because you would honestly think, if you don't motovlog, that it's easy to just come out here and start talking straight to the camera. And I learned right off the bat, it is not. If you think it's hard enough to ride a motorcycle on its own and pay attention to traffic, it's a whole other thing to pay attention to traffic, pay attention to basically what's going on around you, and then talk at a camera at the same time. It gets real difficult to, one, if you have a topic to talk about, to remember what exactly you're going to talk about. And if you don't, it gets hard to basically think your thoughts together, and you got to keep starting over what you're talking about if you mess up or things like that. And it honestly eats up a chunk of time. Like, I'll be motovlogging and I'll make a video, and that video will come out and be like 7 minutes long, 10 minutes long after editing. But filming it took me like basically 30 minutes, 45 minutes just to vlog the video, because depending on traffic, depending on what's happening, me not knowing where I am, because most of the time I ride in just random areas to get lost, and then trying to find my way back, basically backtracking. But it's very easy to forget what I'm talking about, especially if I come out with a video that has no idea and something happens, like traffic. I'll end up losing my train of thought on that idea and then end up being like, what was I talking about? And then just completely skipping over it, sometimes even scrapping a whole video idea if I just don't know where I was at, and then just start over, and it just kills time. Like I said before, I'm not bitching about motovlogging or how hard it is. I'm just letting you know that if you're trying to get into motovlogging, this is the things you got to think about. I'd recommend that you always go out with a video idea intention in mind. And honestly, what I did with some of my other videos is I would actually start to write kind of like a script out, where I would basically do like an outline draft of what I'm going to talk about, so I have the points that I want to hit in the video, and then that way I don't come out and just go, oh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. So, and then I just realized I mocked that, but I actually did that with this video. Whatever, we're not here for that. So besides figuring out videos you're going to do and actually just mapping it out so when you're talking to the camera you're not messing up all the time, another thing that makes motovlogging hard for me, especially at this time of the year right now, is the weather. So I live in Maryland, and in Maryland we have all 4 seasons, unfortunately. I wish I could live in California or something. But with having all 4 seasons, it snows, it rains, and with this being my only bike, I would love to do things like snow riding, but if I destroy this bike, then I got nothing. And I'm on the back burner of doing all types of content with any motorcycle, because this is my only one. So I've been thinking about getting like a Z125 or a Grom or something, and then that way when it comes to snowing and like wet weather conditions, doing videos like that. Because I mean, honestly, that stuff seems fun to me. It's probably not actually as fun as it seems on video if you watch people ride in the snow, but I mean, just for making a video, it seems like it'd be something that's fun to do. And also, so I work basically a 9-to-5 job on the weekdays. So by the time I get home from my job, because it's about an hour commute to my job, by the time I get back home, it's about 7 o'clock, and with it being daylight savings time as well, it's basically pitch black outside if there aren't lights. And nobody wants to just, is that a motorcycle behind me? That is a motorcycle behind me. But no one wants to basically stare at a black screen for about 7 to 10 minutes of me just talking about nothing. And that's why I tried to not make that many night vlogs, even though it's like, if I know it's gonna rain on Saturday and Sunday, I'm definitely gonna come out and try to film one at night on the weekday, because I like to put out at least 1 video a week. I'm behind that right now, but that's also because of the snow. There's nothing I can do about that with all the snow that was on the ground here in Maryland. And yeah, so it's like, these are things that when I started motovlogging a year ago, I didn't really think about it, and then it all hit me after making my first video, and then I took some time off to basically get myself acquainted with motovlogging, watching other motovloggers, and just figuring out the craft. I would still say that I'm learning basically about how to be a good motovlogger, and I enjoy your guys' feedback on the videos when you tell me basically things that you like about the video. It gives me some things to think about basically when I end up making a video the next time. So if you guys have any ideas that you want me to talk about for a video, hit me up in the comments. Just let me know what you'd like to see me talk about, and I'll make a video about it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more in the future, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I also realized I forgot to mention entirely about my gloves. So far, these Shook Recon gloves are actually performing pretty well. So hopefully one day I get a motocross bike and I can actually check them out off-road and see how they feel in dirt riding. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.